What is up, you beautiful people? How you doing? Okay, so usually my videos are, I kind of hope you watch them, and it's just kind of sparks that just like fly out of my head, like ideas and stuff. But this is important, and I hope a lot of people watch it that are wanting to go into the veterinary field. So most veterinary videos I've seen are very general. They're not like step by step, like what is it? What do you got to do? This is me coming as a guy who I didn't know what the crap to do, and I barely worked my way through what needed to be done to apply to vet school. And it's actually pretty complicated. So, hear me out. Here's what you're going to do. If you're an undergrad, if you're in high school, or an undergrad in college, go get experience. I don't care where. Find a clinic, a shelter. Actually, yeah, a shelter will work. Literally just spending time there, even with a vet tech there. A shelter, a clinic, or even a hospital. Now, most of those are small animal. Pretty much all of those I said, most of them, except for clinics, are like small animal. Dogs, cats, every now and then bunnies and stuff like that, and little exotic animals. Listen to me. I don't care if you didn't grow up on a farm, you don't think you like large animal, please try it. It looks good on your experience. It looks very good on experience. Even if like you don't want to get in horse manure or cow manure, I don't care. Just do it. Trust me, it will help you. Actually, I didn't want to do large animals, but I tried interning with a horse veterinarian, and I did, and I ended up loving it. And I'm gonna do horses now instead of small animal. It's kind of what I decided in undergrad. I was like, wow, this is interesting. So, you'll learn from it. Experience. So, application process. So, when it comes to recording your hours, it used to be 400 that was required. Now it's 200, but I have over 500 because that's to me. I'm an overachiever. You don't have to do that. You can meet the minimum. You should be good. So, getting on hours. So, I'll tell you where you enter it, but when you're entering it, like, you're just saying, well, Cody, how do I keep track of their hours? For my very first clinic, I kept track. I got like 50 or something, a little bit over 50. And it just wasn't consistent enough. So I would suggest find a place, keep it consistent for amount of time, and then stop and find a new one and find a new one. Because I would say the more places you have, the better. Go to multiple places. Don't just kind of like stay one your whole time. You could stay at one your whole time, but you have more references, meet more people, try new things if you go to multiple different places. And this is not, and now if you're working a paying job somewhere, good to you. I tried to get a job places, didn't quite work out, so I was more of an intern, but I got those hours. So, but what they're going to ask for is not specific. They're going to say, how many hours a week did you work? And how many weeks did you work? So it's more of just like a guesstimate. Like the horse veterinarian I started with, I roughly did 6 to 8 hour days with him riding around the different farms. Multiplied that with the times I was with him, and that was a lot of time. It's kind of like that. So more just like have a schedule and say like, hey, I worked this many weeks and this many hours each week. Record your hours like that, and buy a little notebook. I don't have mine on me right now, but buy a little notebook, keep them in there, keep it organized. Next, prerequisites for undergrads or people in high school wanting to do it. Here's everything. What I would suggest. If you're at the college, like let's say if you're at the college where you're gonna get that degree, then go with their pre-vet program, do everything required, apply to their vet school. Now, let's say like you did what I did, you went to a smaller undergrad college, 4-year undergrad, and you're applying to grad school. Here's what you need. Here's what I highly suggest. Get a bio, because I didn't know what the heck to major in. Here's what you need to major in. This will get everything, I promise you. Do just a straight biology major. Do a biology major and chemistry minor. Here are the prerequisites. So, like, not every school requires all of these, but all of these will cover any and every vet school you're going to apply to. Right? So, other than your gen eds, I'll talk about that in a minute. You need microbiology, biochemistry, and animal nutrition. I would say those are the 3 most important ones you have to do well in. I personally exceeded in biochem, but I did not do very good in microbiology. I got like a C plus. It was for me, it was very hard. But I am I'm finishing up animal nutrition right now as I'm applying, and I'm exceeding in that. But do the best you can. Those are the three most important classes. Then after that, organic chemistry, regular biology classes, and here's what you're not going to hear a lot of people say: math. Take. I personally hate math and I'm terrible at it, and I barely passed Calc 1 in college. The fact is, I didn't have to take it, but I did for vet school. So yes, definitely take all the way up to Calculus 1. I would not go further than that. That's as far as I went, and I think that's as far as you need. Oh, and statistics. Statistics is pretty big too. I need to write that down. Statistics. Take statistics. Statistics and working your way up to statistics and Calc 1 are the most two important math classes you need. And hopefully you will never need to take another math class. But we'll see. Next. Let me see what I got on here. So yeah, so both of those with a ton of with whatever you need to do. I think it had to do an independent study to get enough credits for my minor in chemistry. But definitely major in biology, minor in chemistry. That will look good on your record, and plus you will get all your prerequisites from it. I know some people say health science can do it. Health science doesn't require things like microbiology, genetics. Oh, by the way, it's another one. Shoot, almost forgot. Genetics. Genetics is a huge one. I finished that my senior year at my college. I went to Brevard College in Brevard, North Carolina. Home of the white squirrels. But that is where I finished that. Yeah, I meant to say it. Genetics is a big one. So everything I said plus genetics. Now, a big thing a lot of vet schools I've seen on their applications is they want communications. So you have to, in your undergrad, you have to take what are they called? Gen eds. Gen eds. Go out of your way. I know communications is usually a required gen ed. Take that. Take another one. I took a political science and journalism class as an extra communication. Personally, I did it for enjoyment. I wasn't even thinking about it when I took it, but it ended up counting. Take something for communication skills. Take psychology for your gen ed. Do something that fulfills your gen ed requirement and gets that communication down. And also communication and writing. That's also why I took that political science and journalism, because journalism, that was the writing portion, and it also added to it. It was a link course for me, and it was something my college did. But, so yeah, use that, I used that writing for writing, obviously, and then I took literature 1 and 2. Definitely go ahead and do that. Let's say even if you took a, AP in high school, I don't care. Go back and do those. It'll look good on your veterinary application that you did them at college. Now, let's get to the meat. GRE. Do you need to take the GRE anymore? There's a lot of vet schools that I'm applying to right now that do not require it. I think Auburn's one of the few ones that still require it. I was talking to actually a teacher of mine that did apply to vet school. And he got in, but he had already got a teaching job and just kept it, all that kind of stuff. Here's the thing. Take the GRE. It does not, they don't require it, but it looks good. It looks very, 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 very good. I'm getting ready to take mine soon in August. Take the GRE. It looks good on vet school applications. Just do it. All right? Please just do it and send it to the schools you're applying to. All right? All right. Next. The most important thing I found out. There is something called VMCAS. I used to call it VetMoss. I don't know why. I think that's kind of on Reddit. I forget. VMCAS. Veterinary Medicine something. It's VMCAS. I call it VMCAS. And there's not like an E or an I in there, but I still call it VMCAS. So VMCAS. Remember, VMCAS. It's an acronym, but that's the name of the website. So here's the thing: vet school is not cheap to apply to for each. So it's gonna, for each application, it's gonna be like $200. For each school you say apply to, it's gonna be like $225. But it's worth it. You can listen to me. So VMCAS is like a central hub. You are gonna put all your transcript stuff is gonna go there. Your personal letter about yourself, your recommendations, your past education, what you're doing right now, everything that vet schools need that is important that they need to know about you will be in VMCAS. You are going to have to pay $69 for a transcript and about $200, for me about $220 to apply to each school. It's not cheap. But VMCAS, get on there, make an account, fill out everything, make sure everything, it's very easy. There's like a checklist that tells you what you have and you don't have. You got to put achievements on there. What have you done? And there's an essay on there, where you live, all that stuff, where you went to school, high school, what kind of your grades were. Listen, it gives you, it's like a central hub. From VMCAS, you can apply to all the different vet schools. NC State, Ohio State, Texas A&M, Auburn, Purdue, all of them. You can apply to all of them. Okay. Going back real quick. Personally, my undergrad didn't, like, if you go somewhere that has veterinary medicine, take advantage of that, take animal nutrition, whatnot. If you're in my situation, you're in an undergrad school that's not like really for veterinary medicine, but they have a good biology program. And you're just there to get, let's say it's a small school, you're there for the education and the community, and then apply to grad school. It's great. They may, I may be wrong, but they're probably not going to have animal nutrition. What you need to do is apply to, go online and take animal nutrition online from somewhere. I'm personally taking it from Purdue. I wanted to take it from NC State online, but it got full really quickly and I was late. Purdue, it's been amazing. The professor, Dale Forsyth at Purdue, highly recommend the online from Purdue. Dale Forsyth, the professor, absolutely amazing guy. Only class I've ever taken from Purdue. First online class other than COVID that I've really, at my college, that I've ever done. Awesome professor, Dr. Dale Forsyth. Awesome dude, awesome class. Highly recommend if you're in my situation and need to take that class. Highly recommend. And you have like a whole year to do it. Like, you do have a year though, but like you're paced. I recommend not putting it off like I did, because it's due in a minute and I've been procrastinating for a year and finally getting it done. So don't procrastinate like I did. Okay, back to Vim. Okay, little side note, back to VMCAS. This is structured. This is pretty freaking structured. I think there's only 2 things I went back on. Okay, VMCAS. So it's the central hub. You enter everything. Everything goes in VMCAS. Okay, everything. All your remember when I talked about your hours and how that come back up? You enter your hours in VMCAS. What you need to do is write down all the places you ever interned, like I was talking about. What you need to do, I personally don't just enter them. Call them, say like, hi, this is Cody from like a year or like 2 years, 3 years ago. It was kind of weird asking people. I was like, hi, it's Cody from like 4 years ago. Would you mind if I used you as experience in my veterinary my application for vet school? And they'd be like, sure, yeah, totally. So yes, call those places, get their permission. Also, it says when you're filling out the hours, it says who's your supervisor. I would put the head veterinarian of the clinic. Even if they weren't there all the time, it's probably the best to do. So I had to call the place. I was like, hey, do you think this doctor would mind if I put them as my head supervisor for when I was there? And can I mention you all my experience? Huge thing. And if they're like, yeah, sure, be like, thank you so much. I'm going to get it going. All right. And then with your recommendations, I personally did 2 veterinarians I got really close with. And then I did my biology teacher, who was also my advisor at my college, who I got close with, and also my chemistry teacher at college, who I got close with. Benefits of going to a small college is you get to know your teachers really, really, really well. If you get 4 veterinarians, that's amazing. But I was really close with 2, and then also I was really close with those teachers, so I was like, it would look good if my chemistry and main biology professor were like, hey, Cody's a really good guy, and I have really good relationships with him. Build relationships with your teachers professors at college. Huge thing. You need to. It's good. It will help your grade. It will help you learn. Build relationships with your teachers. It'll be good. And I'm not saying anything bad, like build like a professional relationship, in case anybody even questioned that. Next, so what most vet schools have that I'm in the process, they have VMCAS, which you've probably heard me say that word too many times. Then they have their own little applications. I haven't quite done that yet, but I'm going to start to do that. I'm going to, like, literally, So after you're done with VimCast and send those in, go to their website, look it up. NC State's was very labeled. I like theirs. They're like, you have a high acceptance rate if you do this. So I'm going to be driving to go, because NC State's my number one, because I live in North Carolina. Tuition, vet school's going to send me down the drain in money. You know how it is. So I'm gonna go to NC State, tour it, because you look good if you haven't. I've been to their open house, but they like want official tour, so I'm gonna go officially tour NC State, because I've been there before. And then after that, I have to set up a virtual meeting for an information seminar. I'm gonna do that with them, and then I'm gonna do their online. Purdue, Auburn, Ohio State, Mississippi State, Texas A&M. They all have their own little online application, and what you want to do is apply to that online application, and use that. If that makes sense, yeah. So they have their own little online application. Apply for their online version. It's not going to be hard. Trust me, it's not going to be hard at all. Not. I think the hardest part for me was making sure all my college transcripts from Purdue, Brevard, and also I missed one physics class from. Oh yeah, physics. That's a big one. For classes, I missed one physics class at Brevard. I took college physics 1, or I took college physics 2, but not college physics 1. So I'm going to be taking that from a community college near me. Nothing big. It's just a physics class. The only thing I missed. And I'm gonna finish that this summer, and then I'll be ready to go with prerequisites. Physics is pretty big. Just take physics 1 and 2. Not hard. Just get them done. Kind of like calculus. Get them done. And here's the thing: they don't require calculus anymore. It's kind of like the GRE. They don't require calculus anymore, but it looks really, really, really good. It's gonna make your acceptance rate skyrocket. So do it. Trust me, it will benefit you, but you do have to have physics 1 and 2. Physics 1 and 2 are necessities. And I think that's it, y'all. Here's the thing. I was totally in the dark going in, did not know what was going to happen. I wanted to make this video to just lay it all out on the front table and let y'all kind of hear what you need to do. Remember, now, with VimCast, if you're like in high school or if you're an undergrad, don't worry about that. Come back to this video maybe in a couple years. Get experience when you're there, having experience, ask good questions, really think about what you're asking about, and you should be good. Alright? Like, for real, don't worry about VimCast. Like, worry about that your senior year. Procrastinate, specifically VimCast. Worry about that your senior year and after you graduate. Right now, work on getting experience. People that have graduated like me and are in this, get the ball rolling. Personally, take classes early. Like, I would advise you take like a online animal nutrition class if you're in my position earlier rather than later, because I'm getting it done at the last minute. If I were you, I would make a schedule of what classes you're going to take each year and make sure somehow you get all your gen eds, which are ridiculous, and then you get all your major requirements plus vet school requirements in there. A lot of mine tap into Collide, which is a good thing. That's why I did the biology major and the chemistry minor. But I'm running out of time. And that's all. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. I promise I will get to you ASAP. This is Cody One Kenobi advice, true advice for how to get in vet school, coming from a guy who didn't know anything. Listen, I did not before I applied. I am literally going on this step by step because I did not know anything. I don't know what VimCast was. No one really helped me. I was on my own, and I'm proud of myself because I dug my way through. And most YouTube videos, what I've seen for applying to vet school, are very general. They're like, just get experience, meet all your prerequisites, and apply. Like, it's not that, and they just say apply. It's not easy, y'all. It is not easy. There's these little minor details they don't talk about. VimCast, exact prerequisites, a good list of prerequisites are going to cover it. The GRE, they don't talk about that. So I thought I'd let y'all in. Thank you for watching. Please, again, comment down below. Ask me questions. Tell me if this helped you at all. I'll make another video if I need to. I love you all. You're such beautiful people. I hope you have an amazing day. God bless you.